Grand Rising collectives. Okay, we got situationship out here in the right side position, and it says temporary loneliness, choosing solitude, waiting for better, not settling. Okay, but then you also have deep fake out here in the opposite position. That means somebody is trying to come into your environment. Somebody's trying to move into your life, collective, with the nonsense. This is the reason why you isolated yourself in the first place. So you got to be very careful not to fall for the okie doke, because it said convincing lies, altered truths, virtual deception. Okay, seeing is no longer believing. So it's somebody that you might be in some type of communication with that's online. Yeah, but you can't believe people that's online. And from what I'm feeling about your experience in the past, the reason why you had to isolate yourself, you've been dealing with a whole, just a slew full of people that didn't have no good intentions for you, people that didn't come into your life to improve your life. They came in to take from you. So you got to be very careful, because this is a karmic cycle that you are trying to fix for yourself, so you don't continue to walk into these type of situations. So boundaries came out of opposite position. So hold on to your boundaries. Okay, let's change that around. Hold on to your boundaries, and remember the reason why you had to go in hermit mode, okay? It's to self-improve, to gain some self-improvement and some realizations about yourself. So boundaries came out in the opposite position for a reason. That's probably some of the work that you were in the closet doing, okay? So boundaries, think about things that caused you to be unhappy, things that caused you to be, just people to step over your line, your boundary line, and that made you completely unhappy. Think about those things, because that's the work that you're doing right now. And you got poker face out here. To see this deep fake type of energy is still coming out, and it says high and true feelings, impossible to read, emotionally detached. You will never know. So be careful, because if you're not holding on to your boundaries, you might miss a lot of red flags from these deep fake type of individuals. Yeah, these situationships, it's probably something that you don't really need to be in right now, because it's probably too hard for you to read people right now. Because you are healing right now, collective. Yeah, and you got lessons learned out here, look, in the right side position. So these lessons that you got to stay in the closet. Stay in the closet a little while longer and learn these lessons, and learn why you are internally, struggling with these kind of people over and over and over again. You got to figure that out. And you got no filter that came out of the opposite position. So, you're probably holding a lot of things in. You're probably holding a lot of things in, and the way you work them out in your head. But sometimes you got to say that stuff out loud. You got to get it out your head and get it right out to the person they need to go to. Because you have to, you have to let people know where you stand, and you have to let people know what your boundaries are. And you can't put sugar on no more, okay? No more putting sugar on ish. Absolutely. You speak your truth. Absolutely. You got commitment issues that came out in the opposite position. Yeah, you probably run into a lot of people that have commitment issues. Yeah. And you at this point have commitment issues even with yourself. This is the things that we got to fix. This is the work. Listen, Spirit is waiting on your glow up. This Spirit is waiting on you to heal yourself, heal your wounds, heal those childhood patterns of being a people pleaser. You are not in fight or flight mode anymore. And this is what you're recovering from. So, we just got to keep doing the work, and then watch out for these triggers. These triggers is an opportunity. These triggers are an opportunity for you to know what kind of work you need to do. So you gotta pay attention to those triggers. Pay attention, because that's where the work begins, okay? And get these vampire energies out of your way. Yo, this came out in the opposite position, so I know they're getting out of the way. Absolutely. Do the work and you'll be just fine. It's a journey. It's a journey. So just appreciate your journey and go through it with high vibrational energy, baby. Everything else will work out. This is Empress Town. I'm gonna leave it right here. Peace. I love you. Thanks for listening to the end.